What's up, traders? It's Matt with Conservative Trades. Hope everybody's doing all right today. I am ending the day down $196.33. But I gotta say, I'm not too upset about it. And here's why. I'm gonna give you guys a nice little episode of, I don't know, we could call this episode the silver lining. Because I think oftentimes us traders, we go through some pretty difficult times in the markets, and one day you're up, the next day you're down, and you can kind of get beat up a little bit here and there, and so here's something that you can look at as a silver lining, and I'm going to tell you what that silver lining is for me anyway, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be able to relate. But here's the thing: there are definitely some days where I end in the red, and it's completely and totally just it's completely and totally legit. It's what I would consider like a really legit red day. Where I traded my best, I did everything I knew to do, but the market just went against me. And whether it was a super volatile stock, or it just the market was behaving very irrationally, or I just got chopped out multiple times, even if I set my stops at really really good places far enough away to let the stock work itself out, or to let the trade work itself out. But if I end in the red and I know that I stuck to my rules and I did everything possible, then you know what? You're going to have days like that. You're going to have days like that. And those days can be difficult because you really did everything you knew to do. And you made the most educated decisions about, at least when implementing a trade idea or coming up with a trade idea. You studied the chart, you did the research, you had an understanding of even the fundamentals, the news catalyst. You made the best possible educated guess of where that stock was going to go. And you might have done it multiple times on multiple stocks, and they all just went against you. And those days can be really, really difficult and really, really hard. But I'll tell you what, guys, today, the silver lining for me is there are two losses here on my P&L that really didn't have to be here. And it's only because I didn't follow my rules completely. I jumped in too quickly, didn't really plan for the trade idea as well as I could have. And that's a silver lining to me, because that tells me that, you know what, when I'm following my rules and I'm staying disciplined, I'm a good trader. I'm a good trader. And I don't have to have red days like this. There are some red days that I definitely can completely own. You can tack it on me like a badge, and I'll own it. I'll own it. And obviously you have to own every red day, but in other words, I'll own it as a legitimate red day. I did everything I could, and I just didn't have great trade ideas. But for example, today on the TVIX, this was something I just jumped in really quickly with. I jumped in really quickly, and then I didn't control the loss as well. The SPY was tanking. I saw the TVIX was getting bought up, and so I jumped in, and I jumped in with more shares than I normally would. And where is it here? Jumped in with 20 shares, and then I bought it at 329, and then I finally sold. I should have sold when this dipped below 325. But I wanted to give it time to work out. And I normally would have jumped in with 10 shares. And then as it pulled back, I would have jumped in with another 10 shares. And the thing is the trade ended up coming right back up. You can see here. This is where I bought. And then it just tanked. Right when I got in. I thought this was about to skyrocket. It tanked. Right when I got in, finally got out. I didn't even get out at VWAP. I should have just gotten out at the break of this candle. And it totally would have been fine. But then here it gets bought back up. So if I had averaged in with 10 shares here and let it fall all the way back and maybe taken another 10 shares here, I would have maybe even profited on that. But really, this was so far overextended and the SPY had fallen so much, I should have given it more time for a pullback. But I just jumped in. I just jumped in. And then with CCL, I was kind of stubborn on CCL today. And you can see it was coming up. And I kept trying to short into it. And it was strong. Now, yes, I was looking at previous areas of support and resistance, and I was trying to be careful with where I averaged in. This was the first place that I averaged in, and I took some shorts as they were getting up close to these areas, and there were even some other areas back here. But anyway, I should have just let it play out. I should have let it play out for a while. And so these are two losses. There's about $190 of losses here that I didn't have to have today. Today should basically be a break-even day. This should be a break-even day. And that's kind of the silver lining for me. And if I'm not making myself clear enough, the silver lining is that if I had followed my rules and been a lot more careful and a lot more thoughtful with my trade ideas, today would basically be a break-even day. I'd be down a little after commissions, but no big deal. And so I'm really, besides these trades, I'm pretty happy with how everything went. I mean, VVUS, this is a legit loss. I jumped in, I took a shot at it. I thought that it was, about to take off. And I said, you know what? I'll stop out. If it drops to $4, it dropped to $4, and I stopped out. This is fine. This is fine. ZM, same thing. I got in, and I had places where I was ready to stop myself out. I let the trade play out. Lost $100. Okay, fine. I'll own that. Okay, really good trades on RCL and really good trades on Boeing. And today really should have been break even. So this just kind of, I don't know, in a way, it's a little bit of self-encouragement for me, and maybe you guys can go through your trades as well, and maybe even think about the same thing. Maybe, if you're getting in and you're losing on trades, and it's because you're being a little too hasty, or you're FOMOing in on a stock, on a trade, or you're not completely following your rules, or setting your stops tight enough, or maybe you're going in with too many shares and you're not giving yourself time to average in, then maybe you can be encouraged too. Because really what that tells me is that, and what that should tell yourself is that, had you followed your rules and had you operated in a professional manner, completely professional manner, the way that a good, solid professional trader should, you probably wouldn't be down. And that's the same thing for me. And the reason why that encourages me and why it should encourage you is because that means that tomorrow we got another shot, guys. Tomorrow we got another shot to make up our minds that we're going to come in here and we're going to follow our rules. And we're going to take only the best possible trade ideas. And if stocks are moving against us, we're not going to stay overcommitted to them. We're not going to be stubborn with them. We're not going to keep trying to get in. We're just going to let them play out. Put the FOMO aside. Put the greed aside. And if they run against us, then they run against us. Or if they go take off without us, they take off without us. But patience is so critical in day trading. Patience is so critical, guys. And so, if anything, I would just like for this video to be a great encouragement to you guys, as it is to myself. I'm down at 196 today. No big deal. Okay, a little more after commissions, obvious, probably around 250 after commissions, but no big deal. No big deal. We had a good day yesterday. It's only Tuesday. We got 3 days left in the week, and I'm going to come back tomorrow refreshed, prepared, ready to trade in the way that I know I should be. And I'm excited for tomorrow because, again, I know if I follow my rules, it's going to go a lot better for me. So hopefully you guys did find encouragement in today's video. If you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. We do trade live here on the channel Monday through Friday, beginning around 9 a.m. We'd love to see you guys. Be sure to like, comment, share. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.